Welcome back everybody, it's Josh here, your River City Gamer, and I'm going to bring you guys another weapon review. This one is going to be on a gun that I was very happy to purchase and use in both PvP and PvE. In order to get it, you're going to want to come down to the middle, right between the Crucible Quartermaster and Handler, and you come to the left on the Quartermaster guy and you talk to him. And you're going to want to come right here and pick this gun right here, which is the TFWPKY 1969 question mark. Anyway, it's the Fall Probably Kill You Sundance Kid reference for people who are wondering what it is. And it's a hand cannon that you can only purchase at the Crucible Quartermaster after hitting the rank 3 Crucible for rank 3 Crucible and spending 150 Crucible marks as well as 1 Crucible recommendation. In order to get marks and commendations, you need to play lots of Crucible. So if you guys aren't big in Crucible, this might not be the hand cannon for you, as it would probably take you guys a long while just to grab it. But I decided to grind for it and I got it and I thought it was worth it. Maybe you will find it is worth the grind after this review. That is for you to decide. We'll go ahead and give you an in-depth look at its stats. Rate of fire, we got a rate of fire of 22, impact stat of 81, range stat of 28, stability 37, and reload 30, with a magazine clip size standard at 10. Now this weapon is kinetic and it starts off at 272 but caps at 331, so it is great for both PvE in terms of damage output as well as PvP, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Really run through the stuff real quick. Steady High IS, which is a stable sight optimized for excellent recoil. Then we got Sure Shot IS, snapshot sight, excellent handling, superb target acquisition, penalty stability, increased reload. Then we got Quick Draw IS, agile sight, lightning fast handling with even more penalty stability but even more buff to reload speed. Return to sender, kills with this weapon grab bonus ammo directly to the magazine, 1 of 5 upgrade damages. Then we got armor piercing rounds, which increases your impact just a little bit there, but the mass slows down weapon handling. Flared magwell, which nearly doubles your reload speed, if not at that, reload the weapon even faster. And last we got Field Scout, maximum capacity, which raises the maximum cap size from 10 to 13. And then we have Mulligan, missing a shot has a chance to return ammo directly to the magazine, and the rest of the 5 damage they only apply to PvE. So yeah, now we're going to cut to a little bit of the gameplay so you guys can see, and we'll go ahead and go a little bit in depth, first starting with PvE, then to PvP. Alright guys, now as you can see here from the video footage I have for you, the hand cannon, the Fall Probably Q 1969 is a beast of a weapon, and I'll tell you guys right now, after maxing out this gun to 331, I was pleasantly satisfied because this thing was just destroying everything in its path. It's just, you know, it's a solid gun. It doesn't have the flashiest of bonuses. The first bonus being kills go back to the magazine. It's very reminiscent to that of the String of Curses bonus that the Bad Juju weapon has. If you guys have the exotic weapon for that, then you guys will know. Basically, it feels like every time you kill something with a bullet, it automatically, like, it doesn't count that bullet, like you didn't use it up, it's still there in the chamber. So it's a very good bonus. It's a very good bonus for PvE, and as well as its other one, which actually is both good for both PvE and PvP, which is Mulligan, and that is every time, or not every time, but there's a small chance that when you miss shooting a target, it'll return ammo directly back into the magazine. Coupled with a cap size of 13 with Field Scout, this thing becomes a formidable weapon in PvE as well as in PvP, because hand cannons rely on their high damage output, but they're often, you know, they're often plagued by their small clip size. But when you got a gun that has bonuses, you know, perfect for ammo, you get a very great gun. And if for anybody that was a hand cannon connoisseur back before Dark Below DLC, and you did your little perusing with what it's called, the Devil You Know hand cannon, and you love that hand cannon, then I guarantee that you'll fall in love with this gun just as much as I did, because it's a great hand cannon. It's got the dual purpose, which I love to look for in a gun when purchasing at the tower. Dual purpose is basically a gun that you can take to PvP and PvE. That way you maximize on your vault space and you don't have to worry about only having certain guns for certain purposes. I may be a little biased because of hand cannons, but there were very few opportunities where I felt like this gun was just lacking, and in PvE it really wasn't a whole lot of situations where it was that. But other than that, we'll go ahead and check out some PvP footage, which I know a lot of you guys want to check out, and you guys can see just how well it does in there as well it does as it did in PvE. Now for PvP, I feel like this gun probably excels more here, just because of the fact that everything around this gun is ammo based, and in PvP that's always a great thing to have. Considering that you get ammo back from kills and ammo from when you miss is always great in PvP during those hit or miss situations when you're shuffling around with a few enemies and you need to take out multiple ones. Not to mention that the field scout bumping from your magazine cap from 10 to 13 is always great. Anything ammo based in PvP is good, especially everything on the fly instead of everything that you don't have to go and pick up, you know, personally. But for PvP, the gun does 57, I believe, to the body and 86 to the head. So give or take, I would say Guardian's health is about 200. So it takes 3 headshots to kill a Guardian, and it takes about 4 or 5 shots to kill what's called a Guardian, depending on where you hit him in the body. So with that being said, this gun is a very formidable weapon, considering the fact if you have near perfect aim, you can take out 4 Guardians with perfect headshots if you're that good. Other than that, you're going to be taking about at least 2 to 3 Guardians with a certain with your clip size if you have Field Scout, along with your added ammo bonuses you have with it. That being said, I think that it's such a great PvP hand cannon. I think it's built for PvP as rightfully so, as it's sold in the PvP Crucible Quartermaster. And with that, you know, that bonus of being so great in PvP in coupling with PvE just overall makes this gun such a great gun to have, and you won't have to worry about having vault space issues, because this thing just basically takes up 2 guns in 1 slot, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, now what set would you want to run in terms for PvP as well as PvE? Well, I can tell you right now that I use the exact same setup for both, so you don't have to do a lot of moving around. The set that I runs a lot capitalize on damage output you know, in terms of ammo capacity. And the sights that I actually I use is the last one, and that's because it gives me a little bit of a nerf on stability, but it uploads my reload. I feel like that's a much better sight to run, just because reload is important in PvE, and the stability is not that great. I mean PvP, I'm sorry, for reload, and stability is just not that noticeable if you take it off. So I feel like that little bit of extra milliseconds you get on reloading a gun is probably going to be helpful in the long run. As for the middle column upgrades, the one that I found best was Field Scout, to increase your cap to 10 from 10 to 13. And you might feel like if Flared Magma would be like the better option, but in the end, capitalizing on these 2 bonuses, you feel like it's a much more steady consistency in terms of damage output, and just having more ammo in the chamber for PvP as well as PvE is much better than having a faster reload, in my opinion. So this is a set you want to run. It's going to be the Quick Draw IS with Field Scout, Mulligan, and Return to Sender. Alright, so my overall verdict for the Fall Will Probably Kill You 1969 gun in terms of PvP and PvE is equally the same. I give it a 4 out of 5 in both, just because the utility is very high, and you will find very few situations where it's not great, and I value that very high in terms of purchasing power. When you buy something at the tower, you definitely will be satisfied, especially if you're big on hand cannons, I'd say this is a great buy. In terms of a must buy, I don't think so. I don't think it's a must buy, but if you're like a very big hand cannon connoisseur, then it might be a must buy for you. But for anybody else, if you want something that's gonna serve a great dual purpose for PvE and PvP, this might be the hand cannon for you, because compared to the other two that are offered at the tower, I'd say this is definitely the best of the three, with the chance coming in a close second, just because it has two decent bonuses. But overall, I feel like the Fall Probably Kill You has a little bit better bonus rolls on there, and the Devil You Don't just being a very terrible hand cannon altogether with like 5 magazine cap, stuff like that. It's just not that great. So if you want a hand cannon, looking at the 3 options, I definitely say that the Fall Probably Kill You is your best bet. And that's gonna be my final verdict. I like this hand cannon. I love it. I've been using it a lot. It's definitely served as a great replacement to the Devil You Know from last generation before Dark Below. I say get it if you like hand cannons. If you don't and you want to try it out, try it out. I don't think you'd be disappointed. But that's going to be my review on the TFWPKY 1969 hand cannon. This is Josh, your River City Gamer. If you enjoyed this game review, share some love, like this video, like it again, like it 50 more times, comment, subscribe, share to your friends. I will see you guys next time. See ya.